Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Monster Trucks. So Monster Trucks is a new film directed by the man behind Ice Age, and it revolves around the story of a young boy who dislikes his life in the small town that he lives in, and he sort of wants to get out. When a moment comes when a weird monster starts coming inside of a truck that he's made, he begins to realize that maybe this is his way out, so he decides to go riding with this monster truck and learns that it has a family and learns all this stuff about it, while in the meantime, a girl that is interested in him comes along. Monster Trucks was definitely not a movie I was excited for. The trailers looked absolutely awful. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ice Age series, and overall it just wasn't really a movie I was looking excited for. But in the end, I do have to say Monster Trucks wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be a 2 out of 10 like Bye Bye Man, but it really wasn't. Monster Trucks is just a disposable, forgettable film that will come out. A lot of kids will see it, they'll enjoy it, they'll probably watch it a couple more times, and it'll be sort of a film that they like to watch when they're little. In the meantime, parents will just be forced into watching it with their child. That's all it will really be, because in the end, this movie is made solely for kids. There's not much enjoyment that parents can get out of it. Maybe they'll like a couple things, but really this film is just targeted simply to kids and for kids. Clearly the premise is, for 4 or 5-year-old boys. It's a monster going inside a truck, and little boys love monster trucks. So it's not too surprising that there's not too much for parents to enjoy here. The film does, though, go too far a couple times, and what I mean by that is that, for example, there's a scene where there's a policeman. He's at the police department, and he's watching SpongeBob on his computer. That's clearly something you would only find in a kid's movie, and it was clearly made only for kids. It's not something you would find in an adult movie, and at times they go a bit too far at making this just solely for kids, when a lot of great animated films also make it so that the adults can enjoy it. Inside Out, one of my all-time favorite animated movies, was for both kids and adults. It displayed a very mature message that both demographics could enjoy, but this one, purely for kids, which is part of the reason why it's so forgettable. Another issue is that the role models in this film are questionable at best, because a lot of them have no consequences for what they do. The truck will end up getting in a car accident, it will jump over cars, it will smash down a person's house, and they all just act like it's fine and dandy. There's no consequences for the characters. There's nothing bad that happens to them. It's just Hollywoodized. In the end, that's really what it is. It's Hollywoodized because these characters don't face anything bad for the bad deeds that they did against humanity. Also, I know it sounds a bit nitpicky, but I do have issues with the script. A lot of the times the dialogue is exactly what the script wants the characters to say. There is a scene where a person looks at a TV screen and says, "That's my dad. Oh, I guess he's in town," which is just setting up a scene later in the film. And when that's all a scene does, it's a bit annoying because it sort of feels like forced exposition. And you get that a lot in this film. I know it's a kid's film, but that does not excuse the fact that it feels very forced and that it's due to a lazy writer. Also, the actress in it, she sort of felt like she was tacked in, not story-wise. She did some important things, but the main reason why she's so interested in him is because she's tutoring him, and by going by his house one day, she ends up going on this wild adventure, and when she goes with him, her parents don't know anything about it. They don't have a scene where she's talking to her parents, and even then, why would her parents be fine with her going across country with a person that they have never met, that's been living in their barn outside? It sort of felt like, again, that was just something that the script wanted to happen, so the writer just put it in. So in the end of the day, Monster Trucks is not a film I vehemently hated. It's not an awful movie. It's just a disposable, forgettable film that will come out, kids will enjoy it, and it will sort of disappear after that. I'm going to give Monster Trucks a 4 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Monster Trucks. What do you think of this film? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.